Alright, so this Patreon request comes from Dominique Fuentes, who asked me to do this kind of like fun scenario of what if... Actually, not so much a what if, it's more like, could Sweet Tooth survive in Ronanpur? Of course, Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. So, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to all the stuff on Patreon, as well as allow you to send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, let's get started. So this will be an interesting what if scenario, because this basically is, like I said, could Sweet Tooth survive in Ronanpur? Well, the thing of it is, you may be thinking, well, Ronanpur is going to get... Could Ronanpur survive Sweet Tooth? That's like... I know a lot of people are going to be asking, like, yeah, could... it's not so much that. It's more, could they survive him? And you'd be, you'd be right to an extent. You would be correct in thinking that. But the fact of the matter is that Ronanpur can be loud, it can be destructive, it can be a sinner's paradise. And... Sweet Tooth is nothing if not a sinner of his own right. Obviously the serial killing and all. But here's the thing: Ronanpur has rules. Like, Ronanpur has rules both spoken and unspoken, and Sweet Tooth is kind of a wrecking ball. Let's get this out of the way. Sweet Tooth is an absolutely just nothing short of a wrecking ball who's going to go through and smash everything in his path. Now, that may sound like, oh yeah, no one's going to be able to stop Sweet Tooth at this point. Like, yeah, no one can stop Sweet Tooth now. Like, there's no way he anyone can put a dent in his reign of carnage. Like, no one's going to be able to stop him. But here's the thing. Like I said, Ronanpur is built on rules, and a lot of them, and one of those unspoken rules is there is an order to the disorder, where, yeah, there is, there is rules here, and Sweet Tooth, is going to disrupt the order here. Someone that loud and that, bloody. It's not like, there are still, like, the mobs control the city, but there's the thing. There's still, like, a law there, and Sweet Tooth can't just go charging in on his ice cream truck and just lay waste to everything in his path. Like, he can't do that. There's no, there's literally no, there's no, like, way he can just do that and not get away with it. Remember, a perfect example of this is the absolute chaos that the twins caused during their job to kill several members of Hotel Moscow. They basically did it in the most loud and and basically they did it in the most loud and obnoxious way that disrupted the order in Ronanpur. And Sweet Tooth is like that times 10. You think he's just gonna drive in with his guns blazing on his ice cream truck and flaming machete, killing people left and right, and people are not gonna go, whatever. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, this is not like I guarantee you that the powers that be in Ronanpur, aka the other other gangs, are not going to be happy at the idea of some flaming head psychopath clown driving around in an ice cream truck is just tearing shit up all willy-nilly. And I can't believe I just used the word willy-nilly in a sentence. It's a first. But that, you know what I'm trying to say is that that's what's going to happen, is that that Balalaika and the other and the other crime lords are going to be like, what is to be done about this, about Sweet Tooth and his fucking shenanigans? So let's say the crime lords are just like, hey, like Balalaika and all the other heads of the other mafias and whatnot, they basically get together and are like, hey, let's just let's just get rid of him. Like, let's just get him out of the picture. And that's what I feel is going to happen is that they're just going to have all of Ronanpur fucking gang up on him, and Sweet Tooth is just going to be like, who wants first? Like, hold up an ice cream cone and be like, who wants first bite? And it's just going to be absolute chaos, because I guarantee you Sweet Tooth isn't going to go down without a fight. And therein lies just absolute carnage. It's just going to be nothing short of just blood and guts everywhere, and it's not going to go well for anybody. It is, there's going to be a body count for Sweet Tooth, but at the same time, you know, it's a whole city of killers and professional, and even more killers, and a lot of them are professionals, and a lot of them are ex-military, and a lot of them are trained assassins. So I can promise you that this shit is gonna go absolutely sideways for Sweet Tooth. But the thing is that he's so goddamn out of his mind, he's not gonna, like, realize, maybe I should leave. He's gonna be like, no, this is great. I get to add to the body count. So yeah. So I do see that he would just cause absolute chaos, but it would end in fire. It would just end in bloody, fiery glory for good old Sweet Tooth. But that's just my opinion on it, though. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys could Sweet Tooth survive in Ronanpur? Just comment below, let me know. Yeah, just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'd like to thank Dominic Fuentes for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.